Gamescom, Gamescom, Gamescom. The world's largest gaming-focused event, in spite of a rather mute build-up, has actually thrown up some unexpected surprises. So much new incredible footage, I wish I could show it all to you right here, right now, but alas, I had to reluctantly edit it down in order to fit within the time constraints of this video. But hey, all the best Gamescom trailers are available on YouTube, right? Gamescom, and to our German gaming brothers and sisters, we love you. Roll intro. Guten Tag and a super warm welcome back to Foxy Games UK new and existing subscribers. I am super excited today on this Wednesday, August 21st. What say you? I'm Fox, your reliable source of aggregated video game news, speculation and rampant rumor. Now, truth be told, I wasn't expecting much from Gamescom 2019, given we are pretty much at the very tail end of the current generation of consoles, Xbox One and PS4. It would seem like there's still plenty of life left in the old dogs yet. Marvel's Avengers, Gears of War 5, Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding all say hello. Source via multiple news outlets, links available in the video's description. Now naturally, we can't possibly cover every listed game in this video, but here are the biggest news and highlights so far coming out of Uber video game event Gamescom 2019. Now first up, and this news may come as slightly shocking to some of you, but not Foxy Games UK. In fact, just last week, I said on Friday's Real Gamer Talk, that's the RGT podcast, shout out Ryan at BitCloud Gaming and team. So yeah, like I said last week, I sort of pre-confirmed future PlayStation first-party games would go to PC platforms, and PC gamers would see PS4 and potentially PS5 titles by the year 2021, ending Sony Interactive Entertainment's PlayStation platform game exclusivity. Sorry I had to break it to you, but you may have thought to yourselves, what the crap is this guy Fox talking about at the time? Well, of course, I never expect intelligent people to just simply take one's word for it. Roll the VT. Sony Worldwide Studios boss Sean Layden has said, and I quote, "Some first-party multiplayer titles may not be PlayStation exclusives." As reported via WCCFtech.com, here's the full story. Now, speaking to Bloomberg in a brief interview, Sony Worldwide Studios chairman Sean Layden, previously president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment America, dropped a nuclear-level bomb, and it may even outdo the huge, very huge Insomniac Games acquisition announcement. More on Insomniac later. Apparently, some first-party multiplayer titles in the future may not necessarily be exclusive to PlayStation platforms. What the heck, Sony? You're breaking a lot of hearts here. One of the really biggest bragging rights of the PlayStation faithful is the AAA quality game exclusive, and that could be all coming to a rather abrupt end with Sony Interactive Entertainment pulling a Microsoft Game Studios move. Now sure, this news largely affects Sony Interactive Entertainment games that include a multiplayer component, but with Sony recently confirming they're going to drastically increase their multiplayer presence next gen, this could mean games like The Last of Us Part 2 plus multiplayer and future Uncharted games could end up on PC. Here's a quote. "We must negotiate and support the PlayStation platform. That is non-negotiable. That said, you will see in the future some titles coming out of my collection of studios which may need to lean into a wider install base." Now this doesn't necessarily mean we'll see PlayStation 4/PS5 Sony-owned IP on other competing platforms such as Xbox or Nintendo, as with Microsoft Game Studios' first-party Minecraft and Ori due soon on Nintendo Switch. Like I said last week on RGT, it'll more likely mean that Sony is willing to release those games on PC platforms really in order to reach a wider install and dramatically increase the PlayStation player base to create a much larger community unified through crossplay with PC. Now I bet you didn't see that coming, huh? Now personally, this doesn't bother me in the slightest. I've never been opposed to console games going to PC. After all, console gamers do get a lot of PC games too. Plus, those invested in the banter of so-called console wars can still really go back and forth over which console has the best content, since Sony Interactive Entertainment games will not go to rival systems, and in my humble opinion, the PC is not a direct competitor to closed game boxes, but that's just me. So how do you feel about the sharing of exclusive PlayStation games with PC, losing that much celebrated PlayStation exclusivity? Share your thoughts in the comments. Okay, now here's a super quick 30-second news bite. Sega has confirmed Yakuza 3, 4 and 5 is coming exclusively to PlayStation 4 in the West in a Yakuza remastered collection, which should please a ton of people since the Yakuza game's popularity has increased significantly in Western markets, slowly positioning the franchise away from the niche category. And Death Stranding PS4 exclusive tag has been reinstated for its latest trailer shown off at Gamescom 2019, leading to even more confusion. So is Death Stranding PS4 exclusive or not? Chances are it's a timed exclusive and will eventually make its way over to PC. The plot thickens. Stay tuned. And Grand Theft Auto 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2's developer Rockstar Games has moved on to a new mystery project named Bonaire, though unfortunately for Rockstar, the mysterious game's classification has been denied in Australia. So what could it be? I don't know, but it must be a mature rated title if the denial of classification means anything. That's all there is to know right now, but be sure that Foxy Games UK will update you as and when we learn more. And Microsoft claims it has no plans to release more Xbox exclusives on either PS4 or Nintendo Switch. The company said its focus is on its own platforms going forward. This comes after the firm announced via Nintendo that it will publish Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition on Nintendo Switch. The game was previously console exclusive to Xbox One, also releasing on PC. A Microsoft Game Studios spokesperson said, here's a quote, "The past year has been an exciting time for us as we have more than doubled the internal creative teams making up Xbox Game Studios. As the studios transitioned in, we were aware of some of the existing commitments to other platforms and will continue to honor them. However, going forward, these new studios will focus on making games for our platforms. We have no plans to further expand our exclusive first-party games to other consoles. We continue to believe deeply in cross-play and progression of games with the right flexibility for developers to ensure a fair and fun experience." Yeah, I'm not so convinced. Nintendo Switch ports of Cuphead and Minecraft have been extremely profitable for Microsoft, though I guess we'll just have to wait and see how it all plays out. And that's all your quick news burst for the time being. But in other news, and this is big, Sony Interactive Entertainment has announced via a tweet no less that the super talented studio behind PlayStation Classic Series Resistance, Ratchet & Clank, Xbox developed Sunset Overdrive and more recently Marvel's Spider-Man PS4. That's some resume right there. Now the entire game development and game community celebrated yesterday with the news that Sony Interactive Entertainment has acquired one of my all-time favorite studios, Insomniac Games. Now the news literally broke the internet. Okay, well, not literally, but it overshadowed just about everything that came out of Gamescom that day. What took them so long though? Well, perhaps Spider-Man's incredible sales of over 13 million copies sold worldwide had a little something to do with it. Marvel's Spider-Man is quite possibly Insomniac's biggest selling game in the company's long history, and I'm already aware that the sequel started work little after a month post Spider-Man's release. Now, the Marvel Spider-Man's current series of games was planned as a trilogy from the offset, and the dev team took a well-earned 6-week break before returning to work to start on a sequel, so PS5 is a pretty safe bet then. Here's another Sean Layden quote regarding the reasoning behind finally acquiring Insomniac Games. Spider-Man underscores how consequential Insomniac is to gaming overall. They are an impact maker, they are a style setter, they are just a clutch of studios in that independent sphere who are at the really top level and accomplishment level of something like Insomniac. Well, that's encouraging words there from Sony Interactive Entertainment chairman Sean Layden via a Hollywood Reporter interview following the acquisition. Now, Insomniac Games joins Naughty Dog, Guerrilla Games, Sucker Punch, Bend Studio, Media Molecule, Japan Studio, San Diego and Santa Monica Studios, among many others, as one of Sony Interactive Entertainment's most well-regarded internal studios. All these studios have been profitable for Sony and combined give Sony some serious ammunition heading into the PlayStation 5 generation. So how do you feel about Spider-Man developer Insomniac's PlayStation Homecoming? Sound off in the comments and we'll be right back after this. Okay, welcome back and thanks for sticking around in our final news segment of this video. And yeah, it's probably fair fake, an actual Sony PlayStation 5 dev kit patent and image of its radically different PS5 design has allegedly quote-unquote leaked online. Sony is seemingly prepping its PlayStation 5 console design, and it's the most radical in the company's 25-plus year hardware history, according to a recently filed patent. Now, the patent spotted by Dutch site Let's Go Digital refers only to a Sony electronic device, with the image hinting at the possible look for Sony PS5, at least a dev kit. Now, looking at the shape of the system's form factor, many are speculating the V-shape could signify the Roman numeral for 5, as in PlayStation 5. Now, the sketch also features an optical drive and more USB ports than the existing PS4 console. That's also what looks like eject and power buttons and various LED lights to indicate connectivity status and so forth. Now, the image doesn't confirm absolutely anything at all, and I'm told would never represent the final design of a retail PS5, though the individual I spoke to on the matter wouldn't comment further, nor could they confirm or deny the authenticity of the patent itself, which leads me to believe there is a half-truth hidden somewhere in there. Though when asked if the V-shape was a thing, the person only scoffed and abruptly changed the subject, which in my experience with this person is a little uncharacteristic. Now, in our previous Foxy Games UK videos, I mentioned Sony Interactive Entertainment really as the wizard behind the curtain. If you think of the Wizard of Oz, you know, dropping controlled leaks to either get a jump on leakers, maybe to throw people off and its competitors off, or perhaps they all signed up to career-ending non-disclosure agreements if caught singing like a bird. Who knows? More to be revealed soon, though. Standout Gamescom moments for me, in no particular order, has to be Death Stranding, Gears 5, Marvel's Avengers, the Switcher 3, also known as Witcher 3's incredible port that pretty much nobody thought would be possible a year ago, and the news that Insomniac Games have returned home to longtime partner Sony, as well as the Nintendo Indie World announcements. Lovely games coming to that little portable handheld. Now, there's a lot more that impressed me, but you know, in the interest of time and all that jazz. But yeah, that's all she wrote, folks. So what say you? Go ahead, sound off, share your thoughts and opinions on today's news, because that unfortunately brings us to the end of yet another video. Well, let's continue the discussion cordially in the comments. And for all your current and next gen news updates, rumor and rampant speculation, why not hit the like button, spread the word, and keep it locked to Foxy Games UK. Remember, all relevant links where applicable can be found in this video, and subscribe to Foxy Games UK. Remember to hit the notification bell so you never miss content. Thumbs up if you like it here, and help us reach more like-minded gamers simply by sharing this video. Consider supporting Foxy Games UK via Patreon, and or grab yourself a Foxy Games branded t-shirt or hoodie if you're feeling particularly generous. They are available in various colors and designs, and you'll find both links in this video's description. Truly appreciate the support. And that concludes our time together today. It was certainly great hanging out. Auf Wiedersehen. Until the next video, play games, not corporations.